forget. We will never, never, ever forget. We will never, never, ever forget. Oh, 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 oh. We roll, oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
I am Christ. I am character being played today by her.
And I'm Hythral. It's nice to meet you.
Shut up. And I want us to tell you about places you can find us.
You can find me at...
Shut up. You can find them here. Here. Okay, good enough.
They call me great and terrible, I'm yours. Why is it so hard to find an enemy who's worthy? All the same, want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. Pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your... You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. Get ready. Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. I'm your foe. Ooh, you passed through my threshold. When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And oh, 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 we roll, oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 we rolled. A critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 Oh, 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 oh. We roll. Oh, 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 oh. And oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
I am Christ. I am character being played today by her.
And I'm Hythral. It's nice to meet you.
Shut up. And I want us to tell you about places you can find us.
You can find me at.
Shut up. You can find them here. Here. Okay, good enough.
They call me great and terrible, I'm yours. Why is it so hard to find an enemy who's worthy? All the same want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. Pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. Get ready. Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. I'm your foe. Ooh, you passed through my threshold. When I stood across the table from They call me great and terrible, I'm yours. to find an enemy who's worthy. All the same want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. You pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. Get ready. Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. Great and terrible, I'm your foe. I'm your foe. Ooh, you pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're quicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. Get ready. Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. Great and terrible, I'm your foe.
Let me check and see and make sure this is working. Is it working? It looks like to be working. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This is a dinner and a game. And tonight we're going to be playing Cyberpunk Red. Specifically, our little Cyberpunk Red campaign that we have going, which is called Open Source Life Big Dev Dreams. And it is pretty much dinner and a game with cyberpunking in only a way that dinner and a game can. As even in the dystopian world of cyberpunk, we have developed favorite characters and people are like, I will burn the world down if anything happens to them. And I was like, that's not cyberpunk. No, cyberpunk, you're like, no, it's all about yourself. No, they're like, no, anything happens to them and we'll kill everyone. So now I have to be careful because they really could kill everyone. So thank you so much for joining us tonight for this game. We're going to be starting it in just a second. Let me do a little bit of house cleaning on the dinner and a game side of things, and then we'll go around and see how everyone's doing and see if everyone's ready to play tonight. First off, number one, thank you all to everyone who contributed to our PCRF campaign. We raised over $1,000 for PCRF. It was wonderful. We had like the last night we raised money for PCRF. We didn't even know we had broken the goal because someone just randomly came in and dropped a huge dono and blew it out. And so we were just like, okay, because normally you get $5-10 here and there, and it's wonderful. But to be almost $200 short and have one person come in and just like go, here's 90% of that, and I was like, holy cow. Yeah, it was great. And then we also thank you very much for everyone who has been placing orders through Many Worlds Taverns. We've seen a great uptick on that, and it has been wonderful because every single time you guys order from Many Worlds Taverns, number one, the biggest reason that we are really happy about that is Many Worlds Taverns is a very ethically sourced tea and coffee company. And if anyone of you out there are like coffee heads or tea addicts, you know that finding ethically sourced materials that are not raised domestically can be a huge challenge. Many Worlds Taverns literally researches their sources out to their origin in order so they can guarantee the ethical nature of their resources. Like their current blend this month is a Kenyan blend, and they literally know what farms in Kenya it came from. They know they basically know everything about it, and they have a little description on the card they send you for the coffee that tells you about the farms that produced it. So they know where their stuff came from, they know where it's sourced from, and they make sure to be transparent on that to let you know that you're getting the most ethically sourced items possible. So if you can support us through Many Worlds Taverns, please do. The link is in chat. If you use that link, Many Worlds Taverns will give us 10% of the entire order as a thank you to us for promoting their products. And if you use a discount code Dinner to Game at checkout, you will get 10% off of your entire order just as a thank you for helping us out. Which, it cuts into what we get, but it doesn't matter because we're helping you all of us, find great stuff. That being said, if you want to find great stuff and you want to support Dinner and a Game, there is one other thing you can do. We have merch. This is one of my favorite shirts that we have. It says the big bad evil guy is choking the life out of you slowly, and then at the bottom it says, "Tell me more." And it's got a picture of someone with someone else's hands around their throat. So it is just yet more proof that the Venn diagram between RPG creators and the kink community is a circle. But if you want to find shirts like this and our many other shirts, you can go to our merch shop, which is up there right now. And any shirts ordered from there, all the proceeds go directly to Dinner to Game, which helps us do stuff like go to Gen Con and host events. We've got the tentative approval for all 3 of our events, but we haven't gotten our final room designations or anything like that. And for the 2 events we asked to be live streamed, we haven't found out if they're going to be live streamed yet. So all that's coming about soon, though. We hope to see as many of you as possible at Gen Con. We are going to be organizing a Dinner and a Game photo shoot. A group photo, where we're going to get as many people together who are wearing our merch as possible in one place, including as many casts as we can get together at one time. And we're going to take a group Dinner and a Game photo at Gen Con. So if you guys want to be part of that, please, please, please let us know. Join our Discord. Tell us where you're going to, if you're going to be there all days at Gen Con or not. We do have a Gen Con, I don't know if I have an open Gen Con channel or if it's just cast. If not, I'll start a cast Gen Con or an open Gen Con channel. That's hard to say. And we'll be sure to let everyone know where we're going to be and when we're going to be there, so we can try and organize the group photo. Other than that, let's now jump over and say hello to these wonderful people who are here to play this wonderful game. Let's just say hi to everybody, and you can basically I'll say hi to you and see how you're doing, and then you can tell us who you're going to be playing tonight and your favorite color. We'll start at the bottom left of on screen there and start with Vixie Bell, who is actually in Bishi Bunny Square. I just realized that. The cams must have moved again when I moved the screen, but that's A-okay. I'll fix that. While Vixie tells us how they're doing and who they're playing tonight. Thank you very much. Wait. Orange or like a specific shade of orange? The loudest shade of orange. There we go. Cheeto orange then. Excellent. Since it started with Bowie and I said we're going around the bend, that now since I moved Vixie and Bishi to their proper windows, that means we're going to Cove. It was technically fate, because I was trying to make you go last, because had we gone this way and Vixie was still in the right corner, we would have gone High Thrall, then we would have gone to Bishi, and then we've gone to you. I know, but I was going clockwise, and if I go counterclockwise now, it's gonna mess me up. High Thrall.
week of. I am fucking exhausted. We're gonna do our best to be upbeat and happy about everything, because that's the character we're at. And I get to play Jester, who doesn't really have an accent, but is going to kind of have an accent because I wanted to. But he is a rocker boy. He likes glitter. He likes confetti. He likes blowing up things with glitter and confetti. And dying is secondary on his priorities.
Yes, dying is not permissible unless they're that bored.
Correct. And my favorite color is pastel blue.
Pastel blue. Excellent, thank you very much. And so now we go over to Bishi Banet. Bishi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Recently had a iron infusion, so my insides are chromed. I'm ready for Cyberpunk. I will be playing Anna Anaconda, aka the Platinum Python. She is 7 foot of Gyaru, and she will step on you.
Absolutely.
And yeah, she's got a little bit of a hero complex. She's trying to tone it down just a little bit. She learned a bit of a lesson last session, and she's trying to be a little better about that.
Excellent.
As far as my favorite color, I hate to be extra, but I've always liked a nice iridescent black.
Iridescent black. So like a shiny black, not a flat though.
Well, like a black that you can actually kind of like see like a stars or a spectrum in, like a rainbow kind of thing, like a sheen.
That's interesting. Excellent, thank you very much. And now we come around to Hythral. Hythral, how are you tonight?
I am excited to be here. This is going to be fun. It's been a good week. And I, tonight, will be playing everyone's favorite asshole, Christ. Trigger happy with a quick sarcastic remark, and despite what Bowie thinks, does not have a big heart. Refuse.
Does not have a big heart yet.
No. But if you want to know my favorite color, I'm going to let you take a guess. So I'm not very hard to figure out. But gotta leave something a mystery, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So there you go.
Thank you so much. And I am Mr. Dagshow, Ray from Dinner and a Game, and you can find my links for Dinner and a Game and all these other creators' links in chat right now. The reason I mentioned that is because as content creators on the internet, the biggest thrill and the biggest serotonin boost we can get is if someone clicks on our links and actually takes the time to give us a like or a follow on any of our social media. We would do this no matter what. This is our hobby. We enjoy it. It's what we do for fun. But to see someone else actually give us that acknowledgement that we created something that they enjoyed, that is a massive serotonin boost for everybody. And I highly encourage you, if you ever want to see any of your favorite content creators squee, just drop in on some of their live stuff and say hi to them. You will see how happy they become. So thank you all for being here tonight. Tonight we're going to be doing a special little encounter because tonight we're going to be doing the drop-off scene where our successful edge runners are going to get paid for their first successful job as an entire crew. And this is going to be Basket's first big payday. Basket is their fixer who got them the job in the first place. And Basket is a young guy, he's just coming out of his teens, entering the bloom of manhood. And he is a fixer, which means that he is basically there to know people and to, find information and find work for edge runners. And that's what Basket did. He basically kind of stumbled onto his first big score. And he found a backer to financially back the run, and he found runners to actually pull it off. And they did, with quite a bit of chaos, including the destruction of an entire apartment complex.
That wasn't us.
It can't be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, but, you were there, a building exploded, you may or may not have had a hand in it.
We were there, gangs were there.
And it has a soundtrack, German techno.
Shame the security camera footage just doesn't exist anymore.
Yep, that'd be horrible, especially for their insurance adjusters. But fuck insurance.
Anyway,
By the way, Jester has a lend a hand, so if on your first roll you'll have a +1. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what that's about, if you look in our, if you're on Twitch and you look at our little Dagger Dollars thing on there, if you follow us, you will earn Dagger Dollars, which will be just billed as you watch the show. You don't have to do anything to use them. But when you get there, we get to high enough levels, like lend a hand costs 1,000 Dagger Dollars, and lend a hand gives any one person a +1 to any one die they roll. You can use it for your attack rolls in D20 games. You can use it for 1 dice in a dice pool in any dice pool game. But that costs you 1,000 Dagger Dollars. If you ever run out of Dagger Dollars and you still want to be able to help the crew get through a tight situation, you can actually use our sound bites. If you use our sound bites to do it, actually let me put that in there real fast. But if you use our sound bites to do it, you can just use the audio sound bites on the stream. And what happens with that is when you play the soundbite, it'll play in stream and it actually says what you want it to do. The only thing you want to do in chats is you want to tell us who directly it's going to affect. And the sound bites are done with the bits that are used on Twitch. If you're on any other social media, unfortunately, they don't have really a way of doing that yet. I'm trying to set something up on YouTube right now using the what they call the super chats. But I still haven't set anything up on that because I need to be able to relate it to a sound so I can hear what's going on or a notification. And so far, I haven't found any overlays that allow notifications to come through from YouTube. It's kind of weird. But all that being said, family quote. But yes, so there is a lot to be happening tonight. And so where we left off is everyone was kind of at... oh, my brain just went out my ear again.
we were at Basket's place.
Yeah, Basket's place, and everyone was making war plans because it was at this point there was a lot of fingers pointing that this was an unusual situation, and maybe, just maybe, you guys were getting set up and possibly going to get double-crossed. I don't know if that had been the final decision of what was going to happen or not. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it.
Yeah, I'd love to get paid. I'm just saying.
And there's an important note. We do have a plan in place that if Cove dies, I am to stuff their body with glitter and blow them up. We're going to make Jester everyone's problem for years to come.
Oh, I was
Just
getting
saying.
confused. I was getting confused because I was looking at the legality of that because Cove is an actual person. And so blowing up their body may violate some federal laws. But Jester's fine. Depends.
I also have looked into that.
I have also looked into that.
Cove is prepared.
Cove is prepared. When a discussion happens in our chats, it is taken very seriously, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen. I have some criteria involving my own death, and glitter is one of them. But the other one, I have a friend who is dedicated to my last drink must be eggnog. So no matter where I am dying, he must find me, and I must drink eggnog.
The things you learn about your fellow players.
What do you mean they're dying in Borneo? How do you get to Borneo? Will eggnog keep long enough to get to Borneo?
I need eggnog and a plane ticket. No questions. Now.
Also, if you guys do want to do anything for the crew, you can spend your bits or your channel points at any time in order to do the modifications and just tell us when they happen. And they literally, the cast gets to choose when they use them. So it's not like it has to be on the next roll. So you just supply them the ammo and then they choose when to use it. Oh wait, my wife wants me to tell me about wants me to tell you about my plans for my funeral. It is in my will, and it is extensive. So first off, I'm gonna do it as fast as possible. So sorry for the rush. First off, as my casket is being lowered in the ground, Pop Goes the Weasel must be played at the slowest pace possible. 3 full playthroughs of Pop Goes the Weasel must happen. But no matter what, on the second playthrough, my body has to be flipped forward on a springboard out of the casket. My arms, which will be across my chest, will be designed to fall down forward with the middle fingers out. And as the arms fall down forward, the middle fingers out, there will be a sign on my chest that says, "I told you I was sick." Then the last playthrough of Pop Goes the Weasel must happen while I'm still standing, lowering it down the rest of the way to where my top of my head should still be visible outside the casket. Then I must unapologetically slam back into the casket. The lid must slam closed. At which point, the giant curtained area behind my casket, it will finally be revealed why it's there, as the curtains will drop and there will be a death metal band playing Slaughterama by Gore, and the death metal band, it's worse, must all be Muppets. And they must have cage dancers who are also Muppets.
Somehow I feel like I haven't really thought out my
And
death this
fireworks.
thoroughly.
There must be fireworks.
Mm.
So that's my funeral. You're all
I'll tell you
invited.
guys about mine some other time.
Mine some other time. So yeah, you're all invited.
Thanks.
So there we go. That's it. All right. So now everything I was just trying to think about for the game just went out of my head because that's horrible.
The whole game session is just us talking about funeral plans. That's it. That's the game. You're welcome.
Ta-da!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night. All right, so yeah, you guys have been talking to Basket about, the situation. If I remember correctly, Chris was planning to do a sniper overlook situation. If you guys want, let me check something real fast. Yeah, I gotta fix those. So I'm gonna activate the map on Molten Hosting, so you guys can see what the stadium looks like. Because I remember correctly, I told you guys kind of what it looked like, but we didn't have any visual yet. And
Yeah,
so
but we
have the
pulled it
visual
up,
set
I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah. So let me go and activate that.
Because you can spoogle it or whatever not Google is in this
Yeah.
reality.
Spoogles. It is very much a wrestling ring. I found a really good map for it. Hey, thank you very much. Okay,
Sunday.
So that's it. And you guys, this is without you guys being there. And for Hythrol, if for Chris, if you wanted to be, because there is like the big score thing over the center of the ring, because it just is designed for basketball play as well. So if you want to be up in that, all you do is put yourself wherever you want to be over the center of the ring type of area, and you will understand that you're like 30 feet up in the air. You can even set your height on this map to where you can set it for how high up you are.
It says game pause.
Yes.
Let me get that.
Same, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't do anything.
I was thinking the
There
same
you go.
thing.
Also, I'm in darkness, but that could
No,
also
no,
We
just
don't have any tokens yet.
I'm dropping the tokens in now.
It's
Okay.
kind of fun watching them. It's like watching little bugs just dance around.
All right. Let me do one other thing because I forgot to turn lighting on. That's why you're all in the dark and can't see anything.
You know, that
Yay,
explains it.
dynamic lighting.
Global illumination.
The little tombstone with the hand popping up in the chat.
Oh, I was reading Mrs. Dag's show. Now y'all know what I'm married, and I'm like, oh, okay.
So, can you guys see anything yet?
No.
Let me refresh. Sometimes when I do the global illumination command, I have to refresh my screen for you to see your screens.
I will also be.
Sometimes I'm gonna
I'm
refresh
refreshing.
too. The ring.
The ring. The one ring?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
And
still
the
not
sorry,
doing
one
it,
ring.
damn it. All
Nope.
right, let's do it the easy way, the hard way, the easy way, the easy hard way. Configure.
Did you guys see that Lord of the Rings is coming back to theater?
Yeah,
No. What?
When?
They're doing the extended director's cut release live in theaters.
Streaming.
So
Okay, gotta
you're
do that.
going to have to sit there for 4.5 hours.
Oh no!
Okay, but also, do we get an intermission? Because if we're gonna go to a theater performance,
Okay,
you get.
Mobile Illumination should be working now. All right.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's up.
All right. So
Woo!
that is the stadium. What do you think of it?
I like it.
It's a
cool.
stadium.
It is a
It's very
stadium.
flashy.
So you guys can come in through. There's 3 entrances. I remember I originally said there was 4, but the map I have has 3. So there's these 2 entrances to the north and the south, which are on kind of the east side of the arena. And then there's the ramp that comes down from the big graphics stage, and then that ramp goes back to the green rooms and everything backstage. So you guys can decide which way you think you want to come in from, and you guys can decide where you're going to position up first. So, you can put yourselves anywhere you want to be in the arena, and you can declare what type of actions you want to be prepared with. Like you can say, I'm going to hide I'm going to hide up in the rafters, or I'm going to go up and hide in the balcony seating, etc.
We had a plan where I know we were gonna split into teams. Where Bowie was gonna get inside the building and get into the room connecting to all the crap to do her Netrunner stuff. High Thrall was gonna do the
Yeah, I think I was gonna go up
right?
here. Is that it up here? Where I just moved? Is that a area that I can look out from?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
called you could be up on that metal scaffolding you see there. That's
Yeah.
holding up the graphics board. You could be up there.
Okay, and then I think was Anna going to stay with Basket?
Yeah,
Is that a
Anna
plan?
is,
For-
yeah, Anna is playing bodyguard for this. She's going to be up close and personal.
And Basket
Because-
is going to be in the original.
Oh, I
the
guess
room with you.
I can't hear anyone.
You can't.
No, all the volume cut out for me. Hold on. No. I'm like lip reading. Oh, geez.
I don't have you.
I don't know why.
I'm talking to her and she can't even hear me.
I can definitely. Okay, my sound is working.
Mm.
Can you
Yes,
hear
I
us
hear
now?
it.
Can you hear us now? Uh-oh, I froze for a second there. No, I'm... Oh, there we go. Let's take a little break real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We're obviously having some technical difficulties. Let's give it a little break and give it time to get everything reset up. Oh, never mind. Here, they're back. Let me
Nope,
see where we put the back.
still can't hear it.
Okay,
Oh.
let's go ahead and take a little break as we work out some technical difficulties. We apologize, folks. We'll be right back.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to get a level. And we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
I am Christ. I am character being played today by her.
And I'm Hythrall. It's nice to meet you.
Shut up. And I want us to tell you about places you can find us.
You can find me at...
Shut up. You can find them here. Here. Okay, good enough.
They call me great and terrible, I'm yours. Why is it so hard to find an enemy who's worthy? All the same want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. You pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. Get ready. Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul and below.
We're here for you.
Oh.
Chris is in the mindset of, we have a plan, why are we waiting? If we get there first, that means we can set up sooner. So she doesn't necessarily relay that in words, but in a kind of look at everyone. So something like that, yeah.
I think Bowie looks at Basket and says, You got some bulletproof vest or something there, Choom? Just saying. All right. She goes over to his bookshelf and finds the thickest book she can find and holds it out to him and says, "Look, you're gonna put this under your shirt, okay? It might not work the same, but at least it will keep something from going through your front. At least not all the way."
He's like, so for this 6-inch by 4-inch square, I'm perfectly safe.
Exactly. See?
Hold on. Hold on. Give me a moment and nobody comes in the room. And Chester is going to go into one of the other rooms.
Okay.
I'm just going to close the door or whatever counts as a door. Wait for a little while, make sure no one.
What counts as the door at Basket's place is literally a curtain that you pull across the entrance.
Cool. It is a curtain. And Jester's going to take off part of the costume to remove their light armor jack.
Oh.
Put the costume back on, walk out and hand it to Basket.
That's a lot better than a book, Choom.
There you go.
He's like, "Oh, thanks." And
I
he
can-
looks at you and he sees that the costume is like a little bit looser now. And he kind of like looks at this and he's like, "Oh, come on, man.
I can dodge bullets. I don't think you can.
I mean, I can't." You guys really think this is gonna go that bad?
It's
I
this
can
year
dodge
when my
bullets. I don't think you can.
Okay,
it's
Oh,
this
it's
year
so
where one of
much
my
fun.
directors.
If things go south, Choom, we want you to walk away. You're our fixer.
It look like a moo on you.
Basket's like, all right. He just like he's wearing a nice old, worn but nice looking suit. So he takes off the jacket and takes off the shirt and he puts it on. Basket, it looks like you could feed Basket for about 3 weeks and he would still count as just skinny as shit. Basket is emaciated. And he's got a couple of like real bad street tattoos and everything like that. But you know, other than that, and the other thing you notice is Basket doesn't have a lot of cyber. You know that he has hands that have got replaced because he had a bad accident when he was a kid. And he has upgraded those original medical replacements into actual cyber pieces. Like he loves to do this one, even though the joke's so old, half people don't get it. But he has a comm in his hand so that he can do this and talk to people.
You know, Basket, if you end up in a tight spot, you can curl into suit like Turtle.
He's like, I mean, I don't think this suit's bulletproof.
I didn't say anything about bulletproof.
Do we have a chance to pick up like a couple of basic riot shields or something like that?
Unless you have them yourself, probably not.
I remember one of you did grab one of the shields.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I got one.
you took Anna took a riot shield.
Yeah, so she'll hand it to Basket.
He's like, how's it gonna look if I'm standing waiting for this drop from a client that currently, as far as we know, is gonna pay us, and I'm standing behind a riot shield?
I'll tell you what. Here, hand it to me.
He hands it to
I'll
you.
hold it for you.
Now that looks more appropriate. I mean, you're like someone who would carry a riot shield. I'm in a nice suit. I'm gonna put a bulletproof vest underneath. I'm gonna put the armor jack underneath it because that's smart. I just didn't have the money for one before.
Are you saying my suit isn't nice?
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Basket,
Yes.
you weren't wearing a riot shield. That riot shield was wearing you.
I don't even know if I can lift it.
You're made of paper, Choom. I don't think that.
Come on. Not everyone can afford protein, okay? All right. Look, we're wasting enough time chit-chatting and making me feel poorer. Let's go make me feel richer.
Just gonna go. Hold on a second. And we'll go back into the other room because I just checked what Chester bought prior to the heist with the money they were given. Lockpicking sets, grapple gun, ammo, glider, light armor.
You have 2?
I have 2.
Amazing.
So it looks like an act of kindness, but it was really, I had a spare.
No, it's we both forgot. I'm just like, hold on. Goes back into the other
But
room.
that's still such a Jester thing to do. Like,
Correct.
yeah, totally. I was
100%.
being nice. Yeah.
Yep. And we'll come back out. Everything looks kind of better.
The thing is, it's like Anna has 2 as well. It's just that thing that she has is absolutely, it's gonna fit on.
No.
It would look ridiculous.
Nope. Yeah, it would be definitely. It's 2 foot too tall. So anyway, so you come back out. You have your armor jack underneath your suit again. Your costume. So
It's probably the newer one too.
So Basket says, "I've got the access code to get into the gym." Because remember, Basket knows the guy who owns the place because you guys talked to him on the phone. And he says, "I've got the access code to get into the gym. We shouldn't have any problems. As long as we don't start shooting the place up, he's the owner of the place is not going to get ticked off at us. I'll give him a little cut too, and he'll keep quiet about the whole affair. All right? He says, all you guys need to make sure that happens is that nothing goes sideways. We want it not to go sideways. Not take care of it once it goes sideways. Okay? Just let me talk to the guy. Let me walk it through. I know that the reason he's bringing you in is probably to meet you guys. Remember when I said that this could turn out into more work? So he probably just wants to meet you guys and talk to you individually or as a group or something. I don't know. But all the caution you're showing is warranted. This guy has funds, and people with money are usually the people who, think they can get away with anything. He says, but he has no reason to stab us in the back. I swear. The job was on the up and up as much as any criminal job can be. So he has no reason to stab us in the back. He was looking for a crew like you. So let's go in with a little positive attitude, guys.
Glitter. Wee.
We're going with a perfectly positive attitude. We're just also doing things very cautiously.
Gonna start leaving the building, flicking confetti from side to side.
Maybe not that positive. Maybe not that quite that positive.
I'll tell you right now, Basket. If this does pay out, I will owe you big time.
He's like, okay, so you guys remember I'm making this money too. So let's just put this down right now. We don't owe each other. What we are is we're forming a good group, a team that can count on each other and get the job done. Only thing we owe each other is respect.
It is a transactional relationship. Respect is a side additional thing. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I respect you.
I would like to think we could respect each other, but if you wanted to keep it strictly business, I'm down. It's not anything that I can't not have. I can't force you to respect each other. Let me put it that way.
I respect you, Choom. Don't worry.
All right. Well, thank you.
She pats Basket on the shoulder.
I acknowledge you exist.
That's more than like 3 weeks ago, so that's good enough for me. Do you guys need anything else? Because remember, you guys did eat too. He brought you guys food and everything.
Yep.
So do you guys
I just need to get in the building.
All right. And he says, well, we've got the layout of the building here. He says, I know that you can access the data jack once we're inside the building and on the low net. Low net is actually what they call the net that's usually available inside a building. But it literally, the firewall starts at the edge of the building itself.
Mm-hmm.
That because you can't get into the network remotely at all from any great distance. All the networks of broadcast very locally and very small, and they're not integrated together. That's the way the net works now. It's all this building to building. So you guys basically can access that when you get there, and then but to really get into using the functions for the building, you will need to get to hard jack in to a console. There is a console in the producer's room, which is above and behind that area where Hythral is going to be hiding.
Yes.
Up to the left and to the right, there's 2 producers booths where the guys have visuals to run the show from. If you can get up into one of those 2 booths, you'll be able to have access to all the functionality that is used for the wrestling arena, which includes like pyrotechnics they may have left over and everything like that.
I'm so excited.
All right. So you guys are start heading down to the Thunderdome, and it's nice. Not too long of a trip. Are you guys just gonna take a taxi? You gonna walk? What?
Probably a taxi, honestly. That seems like the best idea to do.
Gotcha. So you basically Actually, Basket books a one of the remote cabs that doesn't have an actual physical driver in it, and he books a remote cab, and he's like, so as you all pile in, and it's like basically it's kind of a minivan because there's a lot of folks, and so everyone piles in, and you're sitting there. Basket's like, so obviously I'm gonna be finding a new place. He's like, with my share of the cut. He's like, what are you guys gonna be doing?
You have no idea how many programs I'm gonna buy. I'm so excited.
He's like, well, let me just tell you, don't forget living expenses. I mean, number one, you're gonna be marked for a bit, so you're gonna want to get a new ID, and that costs a pretty fucking penny. He says, and you're gonna want to get a new place to live because your old ID is gonna be tied back to your old place. He's like, I've already kind of got a line on IDs and everything like that. So, after we get the money, we can start that whole process. It should be done within 24 to 48 hours.
Ooh, that means I have to move all my gear.
Well, what's that?
Are you asking us what we're going to do with money, or are you telling us what we should do with money?
No, there's certain things that I recommend you do with the money, such as a new ID and a new place to live.
She was telling you about program she's going to buy. I'd like to know what program she's going to buy.
He's like, apparently wants to blow up buildings.
I want to hear more.
That's so messy. I wouldn't blow up buildings. No, you blow out the circuit,
Oh.
and then there's no power.
You
start
didn't
small.
remember what happened to the building you guys were just in.
I didn't do that.
Oh. Well, who did?
Arasaka did that.
Arasaka blew up their own exceptionally expensive.
We have been over this, yes.
There was something there they didn't want people to see. I know. I saw it. It was
The
a
fetuses.
tiny little blue thing. I couldn't get at it though because we were all gonna die, so that was more. It was more
The
important. for us to watch.
cryotubes. It was full of cryotubes.
Fetuses, pregnant women,
That was in
The
meat
usual.
space. In net space, there was a little thing. There was a thing they had that was like super protected. I could totally see it, but I didn't want to touch it because it was going to take a lot more time to hack that than hack the building, and I didn't want us to all die because I was in that space.
Jester, what are you going to buy?
More toys.
What
I-
Woo!
No one? Well, I don't have to worry about living expenses. I don't pay rent. Nobody knows where I am. I don't have to worry about ID. Do you know who I am?
I don't care.
Exactly.
You're
Uh,
expensive.
Anna, what are you going to do?
You know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
We
what
don't
Anna's
know.
gonna do. I wanna know. Do you wanna share?
I'm going to get an upgrade.
But aren't you already like really chromed out?
Not this chromed.
Whoa. What do you want to get?
Everything.
You want to go full Borg?
Let's just say I've had a dream ever since I was a child.
Whoa.
Basket's like, well, after we get paid for this job, and once you start flashing some cred around, it's going to be easy to find you some street docs who know their business. He's like, just don't go to the first guy you see. You know that there's tons of people out there who are more than willing to chop and run.
I know. And I believe I will have to request a certain friend to be there in case somebody decides to get a little crazy with things.
Okay, I'll come with you. Bowie immediately assumes it's herself. Like, no, don't even ask.
So Basket's, but by this time the cab pulls up in front of the building. Basket's like, here we are. The front of the building it's on the center of a block, of a city block, and Night City. It is the front of it looks like the the way they used to do the old marquee movie theaters with the like almost Romanesque front facade, and then everything else is built into the building like that. Well, that's what this looks like. The lights are not all on, just the lights over the main entryway are on. But you can see that there is actually built-in spotlights that are designed to pop out and turn on when there's a big event. There is a covered area for like cars to pull in with VIPs that opens right up into like basically a red carpet. But everything about it looks like it was designed for fanfare and a glorious entrance about 50 years ago. Everything now, like the carpeting on the ground is kind of threadbare. The awning that for VIPs to go under has some holes in it. One of the giant spotlights is broken. So this place has seen better days, but it used to obviously be a pretty decent small venue. So Basket's he's like 2 routes in. He's like, we can go in through the main entrance, which will go to concessions. Then we have to go either right or left to go around into the main entrance into the stadium itself. He says, or we can go around the back and go into the backstage entrance where the loading dock is and the green rooms are and everything like that. Your choice. No one should be in the whole place.
Well, this is kind of my home, so I'm coming in through the backstage.
Same.
Everyone else cool with that?
I'm going into the vents.
Me
Fuck that.
too.
But I do have a question before we go in.
Mm-hmm.
I heard what everyone else wanted to do with their money. Christ, what are you gonna do?
Laminating paper, picture frame, fireproof box, safe. That is all you get.
Oh, now it's a puzzle, and Jester will happily start moving off.
Baxter says, if you go up the fire escape, you can find the access points for the AC unit on the roof.
Hold on a minute. Is there a way to access the security cameras from here, or do I got to go all the way in?
Is you gotta go. They're not gonna give access to security from the outside, so we got to get you inside first.
Oh,
The fastest way to that though is probably through the if you want just access to the security cameras and stuff, so you can go through the security office, which is in the back in the green room. He says,
I want everything though.
Oh, if you want everything, you're gonna have to get in one of the 2 control rooms that are above the main floor.
Hey, Bowie, if you do end up in the control room, she hands you a chip.
She's so excited, like absolutely lights up. Like this is the best day of her whole life. Ooh, what does this do?
It's my old intro.
So dramatic. I love it.
Perfect.
Bowie like shoves it, like puts it in a pocket, but like make sure like it's safe. And she's and so the control room is the way Krista's going, I think. Can we get there through the vents too?
The vents, the easiest access point for the vents is on the roof because that's where all the AC stuff is. Otherwise, Jester could go with you go with us in any entrance, and this from what they find a vent big enough for them to pop into, they can pop into it. But I'm just saying the feeder vents that go out to the whole building start on the roof.
Anna noticed that Chris kind of made a face, and she turns it's like, it's my last time with this face.
You and I know where we're going. I'm going to go ahead and head to my spot. You stay safe.
Of course. Always.
And Chris walks away humming Anna's theme music.
Jester kind of steps up beside Anna when Chris walks off, and he kind of looks up at Anna and he's like, they're kind of protective, aren't they?
A bit. And it's
with
why
with 2 hands, he raises his gun up. He's like, well, don't worry, I got your back. And he's literally using one hand trying to pull the hammer back on this ancient revolver, and he just can't.
Anna feels so safe.
I reach over and do it with 2 fingers.
He's like, oh, thank you. That's harder than I thought it was going to be.
I think before they leave, you just hear Bowie go, "Don't die, Basket!"
All right, so you guys head in through the. Actually, real quick, Jester, are you going up to the roof?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. So Jester, you all go down the same alley. Jester immediately takes off up a fire escape that's about halfway down the alley. Just to the left of the fire escape, along the same wall, there is a set of double doors, and the alley actually has like the building kind of has a notch cut out of it, like you see in like some grocery stores in tight urban areas, to where the diesel rig can drive by it and then back up into it for unloading. So this is obviously the back area and the loading area for stuff coming and going from inside the actual theater itself. You see that a Basket goes up, and he walks up to the back door, and he goes up to the actual security pad, but he doesn't use any of the biometrics. He doesn't use the iris scan or the thumb scan or any of that. He flips up a weather pad, just to hold off bad weather, and you see that there's a keyboard underneath it, and he literally starts with two hands, starts typing in some commands, and very quickly goes through what looks to be a subroutine of the security software, and he actually puts in you're with them, right, Bowie?
I was gonna say Bowie wants to go to the control room.
Yeah.
So, and she was told the best way to do that was on the roof, was she not?
No, that was when you were going to
Okay.
follow Jester through the ducts.
Right,
The
right.
fastest way to
Okay.
get to the control rooms is through the green room in the back.
Okay, so never mind then. She wants the fastest access point to the control room, so she'll change her plan to go
With everyone else.
also, yes.
Yeah. So, Bowie, you recognize that this is like very old school. He's using literally a keyboard, and he's in handwriting some code. But you didn't know the Basket knew anything about developing software or anything like that.
Are you holding out on me, Basket?
He's all typing. He's like, no. This is some stuff I picked up, when I was in high school. I didn't do very well, and so I had to constantly change my grades just to get out of that fucking shithole. And he keeps on. He's all right there. And this basically, this old mainframe uses the same shell program, so it's kind of easy to. Okay, got it. And as he says that, the door like just goes. It opens.
Bowie clicks her teeth like.
He says, and I know the actual codes and everything like that. I just had to get into the subroutine to let me put the codes in so I could bypass the security system, so there wouldn't be a log of us coming in.
Could also have just hacked it. Okay.
Yeah, but then you have to go through the actual subnet routines and you expose yourself. He's like, this way I'm just using the dormant.
What kind of net runner do you think I am, Choom?
Okay, you
Why
run the
would I-
risk. You run the risk. You run the risk.
Fine, whatever. We're in. It's unlocked. We should just go. So he's like offended now.
I know. Bess was like, I'm not a net runner or nothing. I don't even have a jack. I don't know why they're mad at me.
If I didn't need you to have both legs workable in case you have to make a run for it, I'd kick you.
He's like, yeah, don't kick me. You wear boots.
Well, technically sneakers. She points to her like bright orange and blue sneakers.
Oh, I thought you guys wear boots.
No, that's just Christ.
That's just
But
Chris.
I know.
Yeah. Anna's in heels.
Just Chris. I have bird feet.
I know, you have bird feet.
I take up that much of Basket's brain space. Just
Well, you're
Everyone
kinda
wears
terrifying, so yeah.
I'm starting to think Basket has a type.
No, Basket has a natural survival instinct, and Chris sets it off. Basket's just like, if I make them too mad, they'll probably shoot me. All right, so you guys, you head in. The back area is pretty much there is a large production area to the back of the place where they have different stage sets and everything like that. And that's on the left-hand side. You can see that this is just a big open area. It goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of different props and stuff like that. To the right-hand side, there is a wall. It's just a cinder block wall painted yellow. It goes all the way back and down on the right-hand side. And you can see that there's various doors along the wall. The first ones that you get to are like, electric, and then maintenance and stuff like that. But as you get further into the back area, you can see that there is, guest rooms 1 through 6 on one door, guest rooms, 7 through 12 on another door, and then there is an open area that has like a walk down ramp, and you can see that there is several of the curtain veils that are designed to keep the front of the house from seeing the back of the house and any live events. And so you can see the curtain veils there. So this probably leads up to that entrance ramp that goes back down into the main area outside. And then to the left of that, you can see that there is another series of doors just like that one. And then on the very far end, you see the door that is marked aerial and catwalk.
Where's the green room?
And Basket's like, he says, probably up the ramp.
You should have gone through the vents.
He's like, but you're not going to the green room. You want to go to the command.
Didn't you say it was to the left of the green room?
Huh?
How am I supposed to orient myself, Basket?
He said, don't. Look, he goes walking down. He's like, this door right here. And he like opens it up. He's like, he gestures in. You look in. There's like a staircase going up, and it's like an actual staircase, built-in staircase. It goes up, and as it goes up, you can see that at the top of the staircase there is a landing, and there to the left there's a door that says Control Room 1, and then to the right there is just like the beginnings of a catwalk that come off of the platform that the staircase ends at, and then the catwalk goes out and over the stage on the top on the back there. So,
Cool. Okay. And then she like runs, and then she looks back right before she finishes running. Hey, Anna, when do you want me to play your thing?
How are we doing this? Are we waiting until they pop out there, and then we'll come out and make our a big show of it?
Basket looks at you, Anna, and he smiles. He's like, "You want another walk-in?"
That's what I was thinking.
He's like, "Can I be your manager?"
Sure, absolutely.
Go big or go home. Also, don't die. And she like runs up the stairs.
So I guess that we just gonna, when they come in, we're gonna basically cue the music.
Can we give Basket an urn to carry walking down?
Basket's like, oh, I don't got one. He's like, but yeah, so Chris, I take it you're gonna go head up and go to the catwalk to get into the structure.
Yeah, she's already taken off. Yeah.
The catwalk is basically built kind of a little bit above where the actual metal superstructure is, because most of the metal superstructure is either suspended to the catwalk itself, because the catwalk has a lot of hooks and everything like that for setting up lighting fixtures. So you can either stay on the catwalk or you can climb down onto the steel structure for the actual light supports and everything. You have a clear view of the ring and the arena from the catwalk itself, so you don't necessarily have to climb down onto the superstructure.
So the catwalk would probably be safer, especially when it comes to ducking and hiding if things do go sideways. Plus, you don't have to worry about falling off of a metal structure not designed for people running across. So probably going to the catwalk then.
All right. So you stay on the catwalk. So you basically, if you center yourself up above that, you can basically see the entire arena down below you. The ring is still set up from the last match. Like I said, the announcers tables are still set up. There is the emergency security lights that have to be maintained even when the building is closed. So it's not like completely dark in the auditorium, but there is lots of dark patches around the edges. So you guys probably got here about 30 minutes early, or are you gonna get there earlier than that?
How early?
Probably about 30 minutes early.
Yeah, that sounds good. Unless you guys want to get there sooner.
I'm fine with that. I want to hack. Give me.
All right. So Vixie, you get up into the control room. There is a couple of different dedicated systems up here. Booting a few of them up quickly lets you know that they are all integrated into different subroutines, not subroutines, but into different to a different subsystem. The subsystem is designed to control all the theatrical controls for the actual stage show. That includes music, that includes pyrotechnics. It does list what pyrotechnics have been used and what pyrotechnics are still could be armed. It does show that you have control with the stuff like the laser light show system and stuff like that. But most of it is set to run on defaults, which means that you hit a button and it does a default thing.
Okay. And she also wants access to the security cameras.
Oh yeah, no, you can get that from there.
Yeah, so she jacks in and starts basically because we have so much time, we got here pretty early, right?
Yep.
So because she has so much time, she starts getting familiar with this subsystem, gets the camera, gets visuals on the cameras, and figures out what all the defaults are.
Gotcha.
So that she can.
You're gonna need to make me a roll for that.
Okay.
And I'm trying to reacquaint myself.
Start
with the
pushing buttons.
First roll of the night.
Oh Lord, why does it have to be me?
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever.
What am
No
I clicking
pressure.
again?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, cyber. Here's cyber.
It's under cyber.
Yeah.
Why is that on my character sheet? I'm looking for it. I'm sorry, I cannot.
I'm looking for it myself.
It's interface. That's what it is.
That's what it is, yep.
Grade no worky. Okay.
It's been a while.
Yes. I don't have any additional mods to this, right? It's just the ability rank?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to confirm that and hopefully roll high. Go me. Hey, it's a 13. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad at all. So you basically you begin getting everything set up to your liking. This is not a high-end system. Your interface is logged in very, very quickly. As Basket showed you below, there are literal keyboards in front of some of these consoles and manual controls in some of these consoles, but they do have the ability to allow for an actual interface to be used. So you are able to use your interface to get into them. Put it this way, the system is so archaic, there's monitors.
I love, but it reminds her of the iPad situation. She's like, I think I'm gonna become an expert in vintage tech, and she cracks her knuckles, she does one of these, and then she jacks in and goes to town.
Gotcha.
To interface with the system.
Gotcha. So you're gonna do one more roll. But we're gonna hold off on that for a second. Jester,
Aye.
you have gone to the roof. In a building this big, there are several choices for the different HVAC units that are up here. What are you looking at? What are you looking to gain access to, and where did you want to end up? Because that will affect your choice of where you go in.
Perfect. So Jester's plan is to essentially hide in the vents in as central of a location as possible, to allow him to emerge creepily from the vents and go in any direction he may need to any height as well. It's what he's looking for. He can lower himself down. It's chill. Or he can just scale walls and ceilings. It's fine.
Gotcha. So with the vent system, the way it's set up, there's like I said, there's 6 huge HVAC units up here, and each one of them does a region of the building. There's one HVAC unit that just does the entire office back area, dressing rooms, and everything like that. There's another HVAC unit that does the upper north quadrant of the stadium. You know what I mean? And so there's that. So the 2 entrances that come in from the front, HVAC unit 1, you won't even have to worry about. It's the literal entrance area to the stadium itself. So it's where everyone file in from the front doors as they go through concessions and everything like that. HVAC 2 and 3 do the front quarters of the stadium itself. And then, excuse me, 4 and 5 do the back quarters of the stadium. So, and the big thing about it is the ducts above the stadium are like 30 feet in the air.
Cool.
So you, no problem. I'll just make sure that. But the ducts in the over the riser seats, some of those there's only like 5 feet from the vent to the ground because they're go all the way up to the back.
Okay.
So, but it depends on how you want to come in. If you want to like drop down on someone's head, you're going to be wanting to be in near the center points, near the ring. If you want to like be able to, follow them, then you're probably going to want to follow them from the front and follow them all the way through the system and just move along with them so you can tail them.
So I have 2 questions. Well, questions and comments. One, can everyone with the GM's help move on the map where they actually are? Because that's going to be a big point of where Jester's going to align himself in.
Yeah. I just did. I think I did. I don't know where the control room is.
Okay.
Which one is Vixie?
Bowie's over there. Like in the corner. Up here, moved
here?
over here, yeah.
Oh, that's High Thrall's just got her mouse sitting over it.
Yeah.
That would be Rio. And High Thrall, you're over.
Yeah, I already moved.
I assumed that was the control room.
Yes, you're right. It's a little bit to the right. It's technically it's right here. Like that big that silver square right there.
Okay.
Because you see there's glass windows at the top of it.
Gotcha.
And that's control room 1, and then directly across from you have to walk across the catwalk to get to it is control room 2.
Got it. Okay.
And then Bishi is in. Oh, Bishi,
yeah, I'm
let me move your manager.
Yeah, I'm right. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Knowing that everyone's kind of in a similar location helps a lot.
Gotcha.
So Jester's plan is to pre-map the routes of the vents, kind of figure out where they go, how they work, if any of them are blocked or weak, anything like that. Because what he wants to do is he wants to stay and he wants to see where everyone comes in from. So he wants to stay on the roof to witness anyone who might come in, see what directions they're coming in, and then he wants to tail them.
All right, you can definitely do that. So because you'll be able to take shortcuts through the vents, and once they choose a left or right from the entrance, they're committed to going in that entrance. So as soon as they make that choice, you can just jump back over to the roof, go and run into the vent system you need to tail them into the center of the ring if they go all the way to the center of the ring.
Yep. The only other thing that I will note is that if I have to roll stealth to keep Jester from being seen on the roof, I will do that. And Jester will be very quietly keeping the others updated when folks start arriving.
Gotcha. Excellent. Alrighty. So everyone gets geared up. Everyone gets set up in their positions. It only and for Bixie, I need Bowie to make one more interface roll. All this roll is because you're trying to get access to the security cameras and everything like that. It's to give you access to the security system because the cameras are wired through the security system.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted to double check and see if I have anything that might be able to help me with this. I have a program called Worm that I can res, but I don't know. It gives me backdoor +2. Is that a thing I can use?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to res that.
So that gives you a +2 to your roll.
Because what kind of netrunner does Basket think I am? Really, damn it. Anyway, hopefully I don't regret that comment, but we'll see. 12. Okay, still not bad.
So not bad. And like I said, this is not a super advanced setup, so I'm not giving you super high difficulties on it. You basically get into the system fairly quickly and easily. You get into their security fairly quickly and easily. You have access to the cameras. Some of them don't work, so it's not the greatest. The cameras that definitely work are mostly over the front of the building and the back of the house itself. A lot of the cameras that are over the stadium don't work that well, but there are like television cameras, like from the actual production side, it's better access to cameras on the production side than it is on the security side, because there's production cameras you can turn on and work remotely from the production office, from the control office.
Can I access them from where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay,
They're really
so
designed to be accessed from there.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah, and these are not the case. Like, this is not a situation where like they have to have people running the camera themselves, and the cameras are about as small as the cameras we use right now for streaming. They're mounted in different places around the arena to give the ability to switch from cameras back and forth. So there's technically more cameras on the arena, on the stage and everything like that, than there are security cameras in the whole building.
Okay.
So you can move those around, rotate them, and get different looks around and everything like that.
Yeah, so she's gonna do that. You just like anyone who's out there will see the camera starting to move and like make funny noises. And the last thing she does is she takes the little chip that Anna gave her, she puts it in the appropriate slot and gets ready to blare Anna's intro.
Real quick, can I say something to Basket?
Yeah.
Okay. I turn to Basket, and I sort of point to it, and I point to an area on the stage.
Gotcha.
If I asked you to come with me, would you stand right here?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And she reaches up and she hits on her little radio thing and turns it off. Let me explain something. I've been thinking about this a lot. If this works out great, you're really going to move up in the world.
I hope so.
You're going to be under a lot of demand. You're going to be working with groups other than ourselves. People who don't necessarily care about you one way or the other. What you are in right now is a dead zone. No cameras can see you, and you're standing right next to someone who can literally rip you apart with her bare hands. Silently, quietly, without anybody knowing.
That's terrifying. Thank you very much for that.
I just want you to understand that there's vulnerabilities that you need to take into account, and don't go with one person if possible unless you have leverage. Okay?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I thank you, because I know you're not gonna kill me, because you would have just killed me. The speech is what gives it away. It says, because what am I? I'm a grease stain at the best when it comes to trying to stop you. It says, but my dad gave me one piece of advice. He said, when you are gonna put your faith into someone and you're gonna actually give them any type of control over your situation, you're gonna surrender your safety to someone else. He's like, you either do it 100% or you don't do it at all. He says, because if they're gonna fuck you, they're gonna fuck you. He's like, so you gotta trust your own judgment.
I would hedge my bets a little bit better than that. But you know what? Let's let this go through and everything will be fine. We worry about you.
He's like, good. Hey, do I need to keep on holding this thing? Because it's heavy as fuck. He's like now using two hands to hold the pistol up.
It would be good if you had it with you. But if you have, do you have a holster?
Yeah.
Can you flash it?
Yeah, he opens up the jacket and he pushes it in, and like he can't put his arm all the way down now. It's one of those underarm rigs. He's like, yeah, see, it's like I just flashed the coat. Can't miss it.
Okay.
Butt's like 2 feet long.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
All right. Good God, my hand hurts now.
Turn the radio back on.
Anna gives the best pep talks, I tell you.
And all you hear on the radio is, "Hey, Anna, you went offline there for a minute. I was worried."
I was just having a conversation.
Oh, okay, all right. Your Basket's still alive, right?
Good God, is everyone planning my death?
I was just having a conversation. Gesture over the comms. Trust broken. Got it.
Oh, okay.
I'm literally about to walk into a stage where so many heel turns have happened.
All right.
It doesn't matter, it's acting. There's trust issues.
So there is a long period of about 15 minutes that seems more like an eternity, where you guys are just kind of sitting there in uncomfortable silence, everyone waiting for something to happen. About that time, Jester, you see 2 vehicles pull up in front of the stadium. They are the equivalent of SUVs. But one thing you note is, and this is just from having been around for a bit, they're riding very low to the ground. Not like with a drop kit, but like they weigh a metric fucking ton, which usually means reinforced and armored. So whoever's in this they fit the description of someone with a fuck ton of money. Because these are the type of vehicles that are designed to be hit by an RPG and really not notice.
Very quietly giving updates and descriptions, and I did roll a total of 20.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're once again nothing. You don't exist. You rolled so high, you have ceased your own existence.
Finally.
Now I'm gonna be sad. But yeah, so you basically, you're relaying this back. As the doors open, the first vehicle, 6 goons pile out. They are in suits, but each one of them is carrying basically a machine pistol, which is something like an Uzi. It has a long extended clip. It can put out a lot of rounds fast, not exactly accurate, but it's what they call a spray and pray weapon. But unfortunately, the other thing you quickly be able to realize just by their dimensions and size is these guys are chromed out to shit. Which means it goes from spray and pray to this thing could probably actually hold their guns still and put all the bullets through the same hole.
Updates.
And on the second vehicle,
Have you panic attack?
Chris is up there like, yeah.
Tell me more.
I was like, hey there. Sounds like they're chromed out, you guys. Basket. You're made of paper. I just want to remind you that you are made of paper. And these guys can probably
Soggy
blow on you
paper
and break
now.
you in half.
Basket just pops the headset out of his ear for a second and looks over at fucking Anna and goes, these people really fucking inspire confidence. He puts the headset back in and he's like, no, I got it. I'm probably dead. Understood. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, the bigger the show of force to telling Basket, the more likely they don't want trouble.
Basket's like, I understand that. He's like,
otherwise they would bring people in like we have.
Jester, as you continue to watch, the second vehicle's doors open up, and it is a few minutes. You see the security team, which is obviously the first vehicle, fan out. You see 2 of them immediately go into the building. The others fan out around the car and are literally checking up and down the street. They look absolutely professional. They cover the street before the other vehicle even dismounts. Then the other vehicle, the doors open up. The driver's door does not open. No one gets out of the driver's side. The passenger front seat door, one person gets out of it. It is a figure from your height, you can't really see because they're wearing a very wide brimmed straw hat, which literally covers most of it. You can see that they're wearing some kind of very large bell-bottomish type pants because you can see it swish out every now and then as they walk, and their hands do move through out from underneath the hat a couple of times as they're walking over, and they walk around to the back of the vehicle, and you do readily see what looks to be a sword that sticks out from underneath the rim of the hat on several occasions because they're moving it back and forth. And they walk around to the back of the vehicle, and once they get to the back of the vehicle, they see you can see by the hat turning that they're looking around one more time, and then you can hear that they tap on the back of the vehicle, and then the passenger door on the building side of the vehicle opens up. Another one of those giant cybered out guys in a suit steps out, and stepping up behind him, there is a person in a gorgeous purple pinstripe suit. They get out of the vehicle. They're impeccably dressed. They have a cane resting over their left wrist. Their hair is almost like in an odd mohawk that kind of just falls over to the side, but it's like blonde. And their skin is this weird marbleish white color. You don't know if it's makeup or if they've been augmented to have different skin tone from the distance you're at, because you're still way up. Sorry, my throat's drying out. And as they kind of step forward, they reach their hand back, and this well-manicured hand comes out of the vehicle and takes theirs, and this woman slides out of the vehicle. She is wearing a very long dress. It's got a high waist that has a black belt around it. She has what looks like to be a very odd item on her back. You would say, for lack of a better guess, that it is a broadsword. And she has a decently well-weathered holster on her right hip, and there is a pistol in it. And she kind of like takes his hand, she slides out, and then she nods to him. Her hair is pulled back in a tight ponytail. But you can tell that her hair is like multicolored, almost rainbow-esque, and it shivers, and different colors will run through it. And she kind of like looks around, and she kind of like nods to the person who got out in front of them, and they both start walking into the building, and the two more people come out of the back of the SUV as they're gotten out. They're probably in the third row. They come out of the SUV. There must once again more hired goons, and they are now flanked by 4 hired goons as they walk into the building. And there's 2 hired goons that are unaccounted for that ran into the building. You can see that 2 of the hired goons that are outside the casing move over to cover the front, and then the other 2 goons are disappearing around either corner of the building.
So as Jester is giving updates on all of this, because Jester is like pinpoint accurate detail, every move, every detail, everything is being relayed to everyone. Are there any signs of creds at all?
No, the streets cleared.
That's not the question.
Oh, there
Money.
are there signs
Any
of money?
sign of money?
You have not seen any, but the person who got out and tapped in the back of the vehicle is still standing by the back tailgate of the SUV. They have not moved.
Okay.
So
Jester will relay that and will go, all right, we're not necessarily totally screwed here. I might know where the money is if they did bring it.
Okay.
And then after letting them know that like people are going around to other places, Jester will go, do you want me inside now? Or do you want me to stay and watch the cars? I can get inside at any time.
I am not
"Are
really
they
worried
asking
about
me?"
cars. I am not worried about cars. I am worried about what the army that arrived is going to do in here.
All we have are some pyrotechnics and some cameras, so I can document us dying spectacularly, I guess.
We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Anna and I have dealt with worse.
Okay.
All right, well, if more people get out of the cars, and then Jester will go into the vents.
There is one.
Jester, one thing. By the size and physical just of the people who already got out of the car, if there is more people in those vehicles, they are stacked up like cordwood. Because these people were big.
Clown cars.
Clown cars. Extra dimensional space cars.
I more so meant in like the trunks.
Yeah.
TARDISes.
TARDISes.
Um,
TARDISes. Go ahead.
So, Chris has moved off to a side where she can be in a little bit more shadow and not as noticed. And real quick, just one of the things that she does is she reaches in her pocket, turns away, pulls out a piece of paper, unfolds it, folds it back up and puts it back in her pocket and gets in position.
All right. So as you guys are standing there in the middle of the, as you guys are watching the middle of the arena, you see that from the northern entrance, this ensemble, 4 guards, 2 people, come walking in. As you see them come in, the lights pointing down at, and this is where from your control panel, you see this happen. The lights that come down and illuminate the stage, the ring in the center, kick on. You did not issue the command.
Oh boy. Okay.
And the lights kick on, and the people come walking up. They walk up the ramp. They walk into the center of the arena, and they're standing there kind of just... They seem to be waiting.
Can I see if there's another like netrunner in the system?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What do I just roll my
That's what I'm pulling up right now.
my interface or?
You're going to roll interface. And do you have any software that would help you detect someone else?
Actually, I was looking at it right now. Hold on. Because it does some weird thing with the programs where I can't actually read what they do. I can just see them in my cyber deck.
Yeah. So one of the things you can do is your Raven.
Yeah, Raven.
You can actually send it not to destroy, but just to seek.
Okay. So she pops open Raven. She like reses up Raven. Once those lights kick on, and she's like, "Oh no, is this going to be more than a meat space battle?" And reses up Raven to, and that gives me. So we're gonna go seek.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's just gonna look. It's not gonna do any of its special stuff yet.
Yep.
Do I get anything to my interface? Is I guess my question. Do I get a modifier because it's looking?
No. It's
Okay.
a straight roll.
So it'll just be a straight interface roll.
Yes.
Cool. Oh boy. Let's go, Bowie. That's another 12. Let's go.
So you don't see anyone else in the system.
Don't like that. Don't like that. She immediately is like, "Hey guys, so the lights turned on and I didn't do it. I don't think there's anyone in the system, but maybe there's more to it than that. I don't know. I'm looking.
I have a thought.
Light switch.
I was literally about to say that.
But there's a
Could
light
be a light switch.
I mean, yeah, there's that. Forgot that there are buttons that do things. Jeez.
That's so perfect thing to say at that point. I forgot there were buttons.
Meat space is weird. God.
I don't like meat space anymore. Alright, so I'm going to create some generic characters to put in here.
Generic thug number 4. Credit.
Is this going to be called new actors?
And then there's like Luffy D whatever. His straw hat dude.
I'm only going to put in the 2 for the important people right now. If we get into a combat, I'll put in the others for the thugs. But just know that they're going to be... Jester, I'm going to move you over just for a second, because they're going to be... You're going to be coming in from above them anyway. They're going to be in the center of the ring, and I'll put the other guys in actually right now, because they're going to post up in the 4 corners.
Question. Can Jester be in a vent or on the ceiling somewhere around like over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, because what Jester's going to want to do is going to want to have a vantage point where they can watch, but also where they can scuttle down to any level on the wall, and that's what that gives them.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah, you're basically perched in the vent that's literally the part of the system that feeds into the command room, but you're in the vent right before the one that goes into the command room, so you're kind of hanging out literally over that drop. All right. So, Bishi.
Yes.
At this point, Anna, you get the definite impression that this is your show. They seem to be patiently waiting.
Okay. If everyone seems to be set up, then Anna gives the go ahead to Bowie.
All right. So do you cue up the music, the light show, the works?
Yes.
All right.
100%. Like just it's like it's the whole thing. Like I just keep thinking of like dun, 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 but I'm sure that's not the theme at all.
No. I don't know what is Anna's theme. We can't play it if it's copyrighted, but we can at least know what it is.
Oh, I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Don't worry about it then. I didn't want to put you on the spot. I just thought you already had something dreamed up. I wanted to know what it was.
Until I realized exactly what this was going to be and how we were going to set up, I didn't realize I was going to do this. But
Gotcha. All right, so the theme music comes up. Actually, Basket looks at you, and you see he reaches over, and he has one of the ropes, and you can just see it says front curtain on the rope. There's a little tape tag to it that says it, and he says, "Ready?"
always.
And he just starts pulling it, and the front curtain in front of you kind of like just swings open. And Basket jumps out ahead of you, and he starts, kind of like he's prancing down the ramp, and he's just like looking at them, two of them, and he's like just nodding, and he keeps on turning around. And he like gestures with both hands back towards you. What is your presence going to be like when you come into this arena?
Oh, she walks in a very sort of like a sachet kind of way. Like there's a tick tock to the way her hips move.
Yep.
Very boom and pow the whole way down.
Gotcha.
Very like she's not showing on her face that any of this intimidates her. This is her home. This is what she's used to.
Gotcha.
So she's in the zone.
And so you guys move down through and Anna, you fall right into step with your old intro routine. You know exactly when to pause with the music and everything like that. And you make your way down into. Are you going to get all the way into the arena, the wrestling ring, or are you going to stay on the outside of the wrestling ring?
She will move up and she will give that little look to either side to the two goons. If they don't make any sort of movement to stop, then she will leap up and over the cord.
Yeah, if the Basket runs around to the stairs. He's like, "Oh shit, I can't do that." And he comes up and he gets into the ring with you. And the goon at the ring actually holds the ropes for Basket to go through. He steps on the bottom rope, pulls the middle rope, and pulls the other middle rope up so Basket can swing through easily. And Basket kind of nods to him. He comes through, and as the music tapers out, the gentleman in the purple pinstripe suit with who's holding the cane, drapes over his arm, just starts. That was almost worth every ounce that we're gonna pay you tonight. I cannot remember when we had wrestlers with actual showmanship. He's like, I am just honored to meet the Python.
She smiles.
Now, number one, thank you for showing the proper caution. I cannot begin to tell you how many people just rush into these meetings thinking nothing but about the coin and don't try and set up any even slight defense in case this is some kind of horrific double cross or ambush. When we get to these levels of payment, there is often a prevalence of people are stupid with their money. Like, people are going to just come in and throw money away that they don't have to. But you took the proper precautions. And that is appreciated immensely, innumerably. He says, so, because those are the proper precautions, I'm not going to require that anyone else come down to the arena. I am sure that the comms are open. You're talking freely amongst each other. You may have sub-mic comms that you're using with all kinds of neat toys. You guys are the professionals. I am not an edge runner. He says, all my toys are cosmetic, I guarantee you. He says, but all that being said, first off, thank you. What you did was absolutely outstanding. You retrieved every single cred stick, which I cannot even begin to tell you how far that exceeded my expectations. It was such a dramatic shift from what we have been experiencing, trying to get a quality crew assembled, that I wanted to meet you all in person. And I know that this was a risk on your part. And trust me, after seeing the damage you did, I took precautions as well. And he gestures to the woman beside him, actually, not even to his security. He says, I took precautions as well. And she kind of looks and nods at you. And when you guys actually look at her, first time you realize, and you see this easily, Bishi, because it's like your dream standing there. She, although she's skin tone, you can see that she's basically made of Cermite armor instead of skin. She's basically, there's different dermal plates all around that look like skin, but she is a walking suit of armor. And she is a full-on cyborg. But she's designed to not look at as much as possible.
Gotcha.
And so he's standing there, and he says, I want to do one thing to show you that I'm here to not only honor the bargain, honor the agreement, pay you the money that you're owed. I am also here to discuss your future. And the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you who you would be working for.
Cocks an eyebrow at that.
I know it's not the normal. I know that, and don't worry, we're not cutting Basket out. Basket will continue to be your contact. He will continue to be the fixer. If he finds you jobs outside of this, you're not in an exclusive. You will not be under exclusive contract. You will be able to take work as you see fit. The only thing that we would ask is if you consider our contracts as priority. He says, now, when I tell you who you'd be working for, the first thing I want you to understand is this is not a unusual situation for us. We often work with different elements to achieve goals for our clients. So if you do want to work with us, it's going to be contracts that are incredibly lucrative. Probably not as lucrative as this one, because we honestly didn't expect you to do this well. But lucrative nonetheless. And our clients are going to be on the level of the clients that you were contracted to engage with. Not going to be exclusively Arasaka. And don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Arasaka. But I'm not on a vendetta. I'm a businessman. It was just a chance to put a little extra stink on the Arasaka name by destroying one of their facilities. I didn't know that it was going to just be destroyed that particularly. I thought you guys were just going to shoot the hell out of it and ruin their day. But I don't know exactly how you blew up the building. I'm not telling you how to do your job at all. You took whatever measures you took. So there had to have been a reason for it, and I will trust in you as the experts. And actually, Anna, you notice that the cyborg, they just have just the huge grin on their face when he says you took whatever measures you thought necessary. They're just like just a shit-eating grin on their faces. They're looking at you. And go ahead.
Can I roll human perception on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Krista's gonna say over the radio, "Yeah, God, this guy loves to hear himself talk. Can we get proof of pay before talking contracts?" That needs to be said to Chris and Bath, and to Chris,
No
to
problem.
Anna and Basket.
Absolutely. Anna, go ahead. Did you make the roll already?
Yeah, I got a 14.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah. What are you trying to judge?
I'm trying to judge if she had something to do with it.
Oh,
Is this a I'm prideful in myself, or is she prideful in us?
It is
Or
no.
impressive?
It's not even prideful. It's more like, yeah, do what they had to do. And they took the easy way out and blew the building up.
Okay.
No,
It's more like, you know.
Bowie's muttering like in the control room, like not loud enough for anyone to hear, but like for herself to hear, like fucking Arasaka blew it up.
Fucking Arasaka did it. We didn't do it.
The more people who are bringing this up, the more I'm starting to wonder if maybe there was a second party that we were unaware of. So she's filing that away as like as a thought.
Understood. So as he looks around, but actually, Chris, as you say that, you know, we need we get proof of the money before we do anything about contracts. You see the gentleman in front of you. They kind of like slap their forehead. I am so sorry. Sometimes the mundane stuff just completely slips my mind. Yes, absolutely. I apologize. And he says,
you're listening.
Yes, no, absolutely. Once you stepped inside the arena, we basically had access to all your comms.
Shit. How did I miss that?
I mean, you couldn't. Oh, no, Bowie. Don't get upset. You couldn't have known about it. You know, we mic'd up this entire place. We can hear you talk even when you're not on your comms. So when you talk to yourself out loud, we can hear that too.
So you already know that I think you fucking talk a lot.
Yes, that was rather funny, by the way. I do talk quite a bit. I do enjoy the sound of my own voice. But I will tell you this. My narrations are with purpose. Not just to hear myself talk. I'm trying to communicate the fact that we have invested a lot of resources, not just financially, but in our endeavors to screen you, to find out more information about you, and to ensure that what we can know about you is verified. We have done our homework because we want this to be an ongoing situation.
You know, spider crawl out of the vent and down to the level that they're at.
Gotcha.
That's it.
No problem. They don't seem to react to that. He says, so anyway, is Yoey coming? And the cyborg figure looks and nods. And you see the person with the straw hat come in. They come gliding into the room. They move with an elegance and a grace that Chris and Anna instantly recognize as more than human. They are dressed in what appears to be a silk kimono. They are wearing a large straw hat. They carry a katana-esque weapon, because they haven't drawn it, so you don't know what it is. They carry a katana-esque weapon on their hip. They do not have any other regalia of what normally would be in a set of swords. So they only have the one blade. They come walking into the arena, and they are carrying in their hands a large steel lockbox. As they come walking in the arena, they put it on the apron of the arena and slide it across, and the cyborg goes around and picks it up and brings it across and sets it down, and then unlocks it and opens it and shows it to you, Anna. This is something you have not seen in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Physical credits. He says 50,000 to be exact. Or sorry, 500,000.
Oh.
He says 100,000 apiece.
She puts a hand up. She walks over to it.
Mm-hmm.
And she thumbs through it. Just to make sure that they're all actual bills.
Oh yeah, it's all stacked up in there. The case was a little bigger than they needed, so there's room in it. But it's in the usual. It's in stacks of 10,000s.
Chester will take a few steps forward and will go, if I could check the legitimacy?
It's like, absolutely. We will. You may check the legitimacy. You may run them against. If you have your own kits, they're fine. I know you. You shouldn't trust anything that the other counterparts to give you, but we have testing kits to get available as well. I know that physical credits are rare, but this is also something we wanted to be able to show. We can make sure that you get paid in literal ways that are untraceable. Physical credits are harder to move, but they're still accepted. And paying you in physical credits means that whatever deposits you make literally come out of nothing.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Do we have a right to refuse specific jobs? Like, say, a job is a little too dark for us.
I don't think that we could force you to do anything, and I think that would pollute the nature of the relationship we want to establish. We're not looking to be your friends. We understand what this is. It's as your impeccable Chris said, it is a transactional relationship. You said that outside the building, by the way, Chris.
I move to the middle of the catwalk, looking down at them.
Mm-hmm.
I am not signing any contracts. You can hire me just like everybody else does.
We actually, if you remember what I said, I asked that you just give the jobs that we request you to take priority. I never said anything about a contract.
Bowie's pride is hurt. She needs to find what the hell is going on with these mics. Just like frantically, like, how the fuck? Who did this?
You would actually, oddly enough, you know what you would need for that?
What?
Physical gear. You need scanners.
Jesus. Just like, what a time to be poor.
What a time to be poor.
Not for long, though, if all goes well.
Yeah.
And they say, I understand. He says, I understand. This is all incredibly overwhelming. We are both displaying an obvious level of force capability. We're obviously.
That's not it, sweetheart.
No. I.
You're no more special than anyone else who hires me.
Chris gets us all killed. Yeah.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. What I'm asking is, can I be
Can you be what?
more special?
I'm sure your mother has told you you are, but
Chris, I know that I understand it's your responses are completely within all the parameters of the profiles that we ran on you. I get it. But what I'm saying is there has to be a point where you understand that we can make it very worth your while to be a priority.
if the money's right, you can absolutely hire me.
Exactly.
One thing, due to how the situation turned out, specifically, you mentioned the explosion and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have been tagged and are going to need some time to lay low.
Yes.
Can you give us that?
I can't give you that directly. One of the biggest issues that we're going to have is this is probably the last time we're ever going to actually speak to each other. First
I'm
and last.
I'm saying give us time. I'm not asking for.
Oh, no. I know you
Yeah.
have time to recover. You're going to need to move. You're going to need to swap identities. You're going to need to do all this other stuff just to be able to be back on the charts. We know all that. As I said, we don't do this, but we research it.
Then you should know the explosion was Arasaka, not us. Thanks.
Yeah.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I need to take a brief break. I apologize. I will be back in just a few moments. I have a minor emergency that I just heard. So,
Okay.
and plus we're really late for our 10-minute break anyway. So sorry to break the flow, but we will
All
take a
good.
10-minute break and we'll be right back.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. And we rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll. And yeah, we roll. We roll. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled. Yeah, we rolled. We rolled a critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
I am Christ. I am character being played today by her.
And I'm Hythral. It's nice to meet you.
Shut up. And I want us to tell you about places you can find us.
You can find me at.
Shut up. You can find them here. Here. Okay, good enough.
They call me grit and find an enemy who's worthy. All the same want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. You pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. You ready? Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. I'm your foe. Ooh, you pass through my threshold. When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. And we rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget. We roll. Yeah. Yeah, we rolled a critical hit to the heart. We will never, never, ever forget. 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 We roll. And yeah, we roll. Yeah, we rolled. Yeah, we rolled. A critical hit to the heart.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
I am Christ. I am character being played today by her.
And I'm Hythrall. It's nice to meet you.
Shut up. And I want us to tell you about places you can find us.
You can find me at.
Shut up. You can find them here. Here. Okay, good enough.
call me great and terrible, I'm yours. Why is it so hard to find an enemy who's worthy? All the same want the fame, still they don't deter me. Mountains of gold, love to watch them as they scurry. Flying above, breathing fire in my fury. You pass through my threshold, who the hell are you? Wings outstretched and you know the legends. True. Teeth like swords and you're clicking in your boots. You found the nightmare, now it's too late. Monster, you call me a monster, like I'm the big bad monster. I'll show you a monster. You ready? Hear my shrieks that break apart your capital. You can't tally every soul I send below. On your knees, revere and burn, it's wonderful. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. They call me great and terrible, I'm your foe. I'm your foe. Ooh, you passed through my threshold. When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us.
Tuna is horrible, ladies and gentlemen. Tuna is the devil.
Tuna.
Tuna is horrible.
Let's talk about tuna and how terrible it is.
All right, so thank you very much for letting us take that break. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and jump back into the scene if we can. So yeah, the person in the purple suit says, first off, let me correct something. My name is Harlan. I'm not expecting a lot of you to recognize this or understand this, but my name is Harlan Wendell. And you guys, because I know you're paying attention to the conversation going on. So if you guys want to try and see who Harlan Wendell is, I need...
Spoogling.
Yes.
Huh?
I'm spoogling it right now.
You're spoogling it?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Spoogling is fine and simple and easy. Everyone can like run him through a Google search, and it comes back very quickly. So, Harlan Wendell is the owner of Wendell, Hollywood and Clark's. Wendell, Hollywood and Clark's is a boutique law firm. They are very much a corporate law firm. They represent clients such as Arasaka on multiple different fronts. They specialize in cases that the internal law teams do not have the capabilities to handle well, because they're bound by a lot. Well, because they won't take the steps that Harlan Wendell and Clark's, or sorry, Wendell, Hollywood and Clark's will in order to win for their clients. Wendell, Hollywood and Clark's is known as one of the most cutthroat, vicious, power-hungry companies out there. They offer both legal advice and legal services, as well as security services, and in some cases not in some cases, and they have a paramilitary wing that offers contract services for situations such as limited wet works and black ops situations for other corporations. They're not nice people.
So, Jester wouldn't be spoogling them. But can I just roll, like, I don't know what it would be.
Let's take a look and see what it'd be. It's not going to be under education skills, I don't think. Social. This is a hard one.
It is.
Because they don't really have a, general knowledge type skill.
Would...
Oh, I got one. Education skills, business.
Cool. I have a shitty bonus to that.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I have a great bonus in so many other things.
Oh, and local expert would also get you it too.
Do I have...
It's still under education skills.
I do have better in that. I'll take the roll that I rolled. But that brings me up to a 12 total.
Good. Yeah. No, yeah, they're not on the street, they're known. If you're an edge runner, you know of them. If you can afford them, they are the fucking best. If you get into the shit and you can afford them, there is very little they can't get you out of. If you are on the receiving end, there is very little chance you're going to come out of that unscathed. They win their cases, they win for their clients, and they don't give two shits on how they do it.
Purposes.
So, they have access to a massive information network then?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I am so sorry, Bishy. Your concern is correct. We're doing this now.
Oh, jeez.
So, Jester, as the conversation that goes on, has been slowly, inching forward. Not, trying to be sneaky about it, but it's more of the, okay, until, he's pretty close. And since he was already asking to check the legitimacy of the currency, I don't think it's too weird that he'd be up there. And so he'll go, pardon the interruption. I want us to get paid, and I want to, check the legitimacy of the currency and all that. There is a question that I have for you, based on the information you have already given. If
Absolutely.
You would.
Please.
And if possible, after the transaction. I do not want to get in the way of anyone else and their money. I know some of us are very prickly about their payments. Unbless you, Bobby. And we'll enter back. Because the question I want answered will need to be answered in private.
That's interesting. He kind of looks around the big open arena. I don't know how we can do that here.
Like I said, later. Not today, later, but later.
Excellent. Yes. Perhaps over dinner.
Perhaps.
Wonderful. In that case, feel free to verify the legitimacy of the currency in any way you choose to.
So, giving away a tiny bit of Jester's background here, Jester has had to steal shit before, and has had to make sure that it is actually the shit he's meant to be stealing. So he would probably be using any skills that he had garnered during that time, whatever he was taught to check.
Mm-hmm. So basically what you're looking at is trying to verify that these are legitimate credits.
Correct.
Since you're actually going to try and put some actual real awareness into it,
Yes.
let me see.
By the way, like
Make
Anna's
a forgery check.
and sort of flatten out where they had been balled up in the fist for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was thinking something was about to happen.
Gotcha. Chris, you were standing on this catwalk, like you put yourself out in the open type thing, or you just moved for a better range shot?
Yeah, she's leering down at
Gotcha.
everyone right now.
Where is
Bowie?
Bowie's still raging. Bowie's very upset that she cannot that she got bested.
I need you to give me a electronics and security tech roll.
Okay.
where is where?
Oh,
There it is. I just found it. Right after I'm like,
I should have told you what category it was under. My apologies.
you're totally fine. I
Electronics,
should
you
say
said?
something.
Yes, it's under technique skills, and it's electronics / security tech.
Technique skills, electronics / security tech.
Yes.
You got it. So I'm just rolling this.
Yes.
Okay. Can I use my backdoor thing or not?
No.
Okay.
I like my 12s.
You do like 12s.
I hit confirm. It didn't do the thing.
It didn't. I don't know what's going on with it.
Hold on.
Refresh your screen real quick. Is it F5? And then try and roll.
Okay.
So I'll switch back to Cove for the moment. So Jester,
Oh, okay. I don't know what it was.
did it
sorry.
blow up?
Yeah, it tried to take me somewhere else, and I was like, why?
Well, at least now we know why it's not rolling.
Yes. It's being weird.
Tried to take you to a completely other website.
Like-
But Jester, you are looking at them, and number one, okay, so printed money is very rare because it's very easily stolen. People can just beat you up and take it away. It can also be easily destroyed. It can be caught on fire. It's not safe to have printed money. The government literally fucking makes a
24.
massive case of Jesus Christ.
Let's get this. Bowie's pissed, okay? No one fucks with her like this and gets
Yeah,
away
let me
with
finish
it.
with Jester because you got a lot more than I thought you were going to get. So Jester, yeah, you look at this, but from what you know of, and you have seen physical money before, it is part of the trade that you all are in. Sometimes you do get paid in cash, and like I said, but it's very rare. But normally the bills you get, they're old, they're crumpled, they've been in circulation for a long time because the government doesn't like to issue new bills. And the bills themselves are usually gone through the ringer because they've gone through so many hands because the government doesn't issue a lot of physical currency anymore. These bills are all new. They all look very legitimate to you. They have serial numbers. They have the barcode that's supposed to have it. You can see they have the PID device in them, which is how they are registered with the federal government. They can't be tracked or anything like that. They don't put that much money into their money. But it's just stuff where it's basically their way of stopping counterfeiting. And which is another thing. It's so hard to fucking counterfeit that it's not worth it to counterfeit paper money because no one really believes you when you have paper money. They're like, it's not real. So there is, it is legitimately real funds. You could probably, as best as you can tell, you can probably take it to any single bank and make deposits. So that is what you get out of it. It's pretty much real. Bowie.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
You are sitting there and you are fucking stewing. You are pissed. These
So mad.
people came through this and wrecked your entire fucking plan. You realize one thing very quickly. this entire setup is based around the radio receivers that you have being infiltrated. And the way these radio receivers work, they do random scanning, which basically means they transmit on random channels. The receivers have, and they're all encrypted. So all the receivers are linked together with encryption codes, and they have to have the encryption codes in order to be able to hear on the channel or speak on the channel. So they're little baby computers in your ears. So that means that they have to have a decryptor somewhere that is allowing them to get into your shit. If you can send out a nasty little Trojan virus that is backpedaled on the thing, number one, you could take out the decryptor, which would end their access to your thing. But number two, it's also going to take down your network of headsets for a little bit until you can get them back up. Because it will hit everything on the network. You can't make it specific to the decryptor because you don't know what type of physical decryptor they're using.
Oh, the temptation is real. Because Bowie is very upset. She does not like this. They really do not like having their shit rocked.
Yeah.
And
the reason for that is when you bring the system back up, it'll set up new encryption for the entire system, running a new encryption number, and they will have to set the decryptor to decrypting again, which, depending on how good the decryptor is, it could take it minutes or it could take it hours.
these are very these people that could take knowing the wealth, the ostentatious show of wealth that we've seen, their decryptor probably takes minutes, is what Bowie can glean from this. But she knows what's causing it now, and so she is going to I think she's going to low-key you said that she'd have to essentially shut down the decryptor and shut down our systems, right?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
What it does is it will cause your system to crash, your comm system. All right, and then you'll have to basically reboot the comm system, which means it'll issue new encryption codes for all the comms, and their decryptor will start having to decrypt the encryption code to give them access to your comms again.
But if she does, she also knows, I think that Bowie's smart enough to realize that the way this conversation is going, or at least from what's being spoken so far, if she does this, it could be perceived as an act of hostility. Possibly. And it could set off a wave of shit that we don't need. So I think what she's gonna do is keep that card in her back pocket. Yeah, and
you basically know that if you have to use it, you'll knock out your comms. You can have them back up in 60 seconds, and you may have 5 to 10 minutes to actually have free comms that you can feel confident in.
Yes. So she makes a note of that, and she because she can't say anything because they're all listening, they can hear their comms. So she makes a note of that, and she's like, in case of emergency, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I will communicate it, and that's it.
Gotcha. All right. So Jester and Anna, Basket's standing there with you guys, and he's like, we have... And he kind of looks at you guys, and he's like, so, first off, I didn't know exactly who they were. I have only worked with Mr. Wendell. And honestly, I worked through their assistant. And Mr. Wendell's like, yes, Beatrice. Very, 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 very capable person. And he says, so I didn't know who they were. He says, I don't know what to tell you guys at this point. I'm not going to tell you to take it or not. He says, but I'll go with whatever direction you guys go.
I believe our current direction is to take the funds and go about our business. And how special you will end up being to us, Mr. Wendell, we will see. I will say that this is a positive step in the right direction, assuming everything goes well.
So Wendell actually leans back and smiles, And he says, that is a most auspicious outcome. I will say that I was worried. I know that Wendell Hollywood and Clark's has a reputation, and it is well deserved. My colleagues have always been very willing to do what is necessary in service of our clients. This project that I am standing up, this is more along the lines of a personal project of mine. But since I'm Wendell, you do have the backing of Wendell Hollywood and Clark's.
I will say this. I am more interested in working with you than I am with your corporation.
Like, unfortunately, as branding usually goes, those are pretty much interlinked. I will say this, we want to keep this very much on a very interpersonal relationship without a lot of public scrutiny. Yes, Jester.
Can we distribute the funds? Some people we can take MC. And then we can continue talking.
Absolutely. In fact, this is actually a wonderful place for us to end this initial conversation if you're all comfortable with
Oh,
it.
thank God. And jump off the catwalk and just land standing and walk over to the money.
It's like, I think this is a wonderful beginning of a relationship. Please enjoy your funds. I'm going to exit stage right and allow you guys to enjoy your victory. Yes?
Not yet. You're not.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, you tell us when to go.
Can I tell you where to go?
I don't think that's a good idea, but
Charm School is definitely not something you... Yeah, no. But it's wonderful. It's very refreshing. I've very seldom been told to fuck off in such a polite manner.
you know, for a corpse, you're pretty accommodating.
A corpse?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
pallor? No.
Oh, no, that's what we call corporate people.
Oh, corpos. Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Everyone has a story.
So you're gonna blow us up when you leave?
No.
Just checking.
I spent literally, as Chris will tell you in gory detail later, I spent literally forever talking you into working with us. Why would I then blow you up?
I just wanted to double check.
And yes, Chris, it was for fucking ever.
That is not a statement about you. That is her behavior.
No. I'm just like, he knows exactly. He's like, I was riding the borderline edge of getting shot in the head that entire time.
It's getting so itchy.
What is your objection, Jester?
I think that she doesn't want me to leave until you validated all the funds.
No.
Oh, well then I have no idea. I apologize for overstepping.
Jester said wanted to talk to you in private
Correct. Still have a question.
You did want to do that now then.
because
I
it
wanted to
was
wait.
also mentioned doing it over dinner. How am I keeping up with this? God damn it! And walk over to the money.
Because you have a heart, Chris.
Jester, if you want to do it now, absolutely. There are offices in the green room area. We can go back and have a private conversation if that is acceptable to you, but you do know that we have the entire place microphoned. So I will allow you to decide time, place, location, and whatever things you need to feel comfortable with the conversation.
Well, at this point, if you know everything already, if you have the answer, I don't need to hide it. From you. Not
Okay.
from others.
Understood.
The one fair
He
justice.
gestures to the back, to the curtain, to the ramp and the curtain, going back to the green rooms.
And Jester's going to take off their comm and hand it to Anna. And we'll start walking.
All right. So he starts walking with Jester. You see the woman in the dress with the broadsword in her back follows right along with him. No one else goes with him. The security stays there with the money and the other person with the sword.
Do we have any working cameras in this direction? Just to not because
Yeah,
Bowie's
no.
curious, just to make sure nothing happens
This
to
is
Jesper.
all ringside stuff. You have the best cameras in this area.
Bowie's
Okay,
like,
cool.
haha, privacy.
Just wanna make
You would-
sure, like,
you
if they,
would
like,
also-
decapitate Jester or something. Like we got it on camera.
You would also be so valid to fucking spy on that weirdo.
I mean,
Not
of
like we've done it
all of
before
us,
and almost
yeah.
got killed about it. I'm
Now
sick.
there is no cameras inside the green rooms because they're basically the dressing rooms. So there's no cameras inside the dressing rooms because creepy. But you guys, until they get in the dressing room, you can speak to them and talk to them and as you're walking back, Wendell says, "It is really a treat to meet you. You know, I actually caught your performance like about 6 months ago when you were outside that soup kitchen."
Oh, really? That was one of my favorites. It almost got sabotaged. It
was very interesting to be in that type of situation. I didn't have a full security detail with me because I didn't want to be obvious. So I had a bunch of plain clothes because, I wanted to see what it was like. And you got a reputation as a performer, I'll tell you that. You probably have no idea how many people in the crowd are people like me.
Not quite, but you might be surprised.
Probably I would be, in all honesty. But, having seen your performances and now met you more in person, it's a very stark contrast.
Is it?
With the showman versus the professional.
It is not often that people approach me for jobs like these. In fact, it is not at all. So, it was fun. It was interesting. I was curious.
Well, I know Basket is... I don't remember how Basket said they knew you, but I remember that they basically said that they had someone who they wanted to try and contact that would be great for the infiltration stuff. And I assume now that means you? And
Most...
Yeah. So I assume he caught your shows or is a fan?
Honestly, I can't even remember. It was like he wasn't in my life, and then he was. Just poof, I knew him. It was kind of impressive, actually.
Well, that's, interesting, but it does happen.
Truly,
Especially-
an enigmatic
especially-
fixer.
Well, especially when you are a bit of a celebrity yourself.
True. I do try.
He comes up to the first green room door and he he opens it and gestures for you to go in.
Jester will give a bow with a little pop of confetti, and we'll head on in.
And as he turns to walk in, he turns around, he puts his hand up, and he says, "Stasia, just outside will be fine." He says, and she's they raise their eyebrows and look at him. He's like, "I know, but worst comes to worst, I have full coverage." And Stasia is kind of like chuckles and turns and just turns around right in front of the door, and he closes the door on their back. And he comes, he walks you, and you're in a green room. There's a couch, there's a new dressing table, and everything like that. So he goes over and he sits down on the couch, and he says, "So you had a question for me?"
Yes, correct. And Jester will head over, will perch, and he'll kind of lean back. So, that is a good question. Sorry, I saw the question. Now I'm curious.
I want
Please
to know
ask
if
it.
I can. Bowie was like, "Can I though?" Like she'll just be sitting there like, "But can I?" She wants to know if she can reverse hack this guy's comm. Like not Jester, because Jester took their comm off, but the dude in the that went in there with Jester.
You can try.
Yay.
Huh? Yay.
Yay, that's me. Okay, do I use my interface for this?
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
you can
gonna
use your
use-
back door.
Yay! Backdoor, let's go. +2. Alright, let's go.
All right. So while you're doing that,
Oh, nope. Can't do shit.
What'd you roll?
A 5.
Oh, okay. So, as you're sitting there and you hear a very odd double ping, and he's like, "That was interesting." Oh, your friend is trying to in my comms.
I'll talk.
Expected. Don't worry. I'm not gonna have them shot.
I might, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh.
There's an ongoing thing with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But the question, especially now that we know they can't hear us either.
Yes, I thought a little better of them. I know better now. But, no, you spoke earlier about how you did checks on all of us, which absolutely makes sense, given gestures to literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what you know about me. All of it. Any of it.
Would you like us to just send you the dossier?
I would. Yes.
Very well. The one thing I can tell you is that that was kind of the mystery for us, is that it starts at a certain point, but there's not a lot before that. And I think you already know that part.
I think I do.
And says, I think all the rest of the stuff you'll find is pretty mundane. But we have, the reason that I was willing to come back, because I figured that's what you were going to ask, is we have never found a cleaner sweep than was done on you. You don't exist. Our security team literally just wants to continue the investigation because they've never seen anything at this quality before, and they consider it a personal challenge. I called them off because it would be insanely expensive to go deeper than that.
How expensive?
I mean, number one, you would have to cooperate because we would need to go in and do some regenerative psychotherapy to see if we can find out where the blocks would be, because I'm assuming you don't know.
That is a bold assumption.
It is, but I didn't get where I am by not taking risks.
I look forward to seeing the dossier.
Excellent.
And
I can have a digital one sent right over if you have any type of digital format you can receive. If not, then we will have a paper one with secure tabs sent over to Basket as soon as possible, since you don't have a permanent address.
I don't know if I want it in Basket's hands either, though.
Oh, by the way, this is out of character. Tabs are basically it's a filing system for stuff you can send over, and if anyone other than, well, it can be hacked because nothing's perfect, but if someone either fails their hack or tries to open it without the proper security protocol that's installed in it, it will incinerate what's ever inside of it.
Right. Manchester, we'll go. The physical coffee would definitely be better. I don't do a lot with technology, surprising.
And if you don't want Basket to be the middleman on this, we can either work through another middleman you choose, or you can make arrangements to pick it up.
Christ.
Ah, very well. We will have it sent to Chris.
I trust them enough not to be nosy.
It'll be no more than 48 hours.
Perfect.
As I said, I'm afraid you're going to find most of it mundane.
Good. I mean, good. That's what I prefer. That also means I probably don't have to change IDs, considering I don't have one.
Well, I think you might want to cut back on live performances because they're going to be looking for that.
That is a given. Well, that I know, but everything else...
Yes. Whoever did that to you technically did you a bit of a favor, but
In this
of
instance,
course
it
they
is.
made it a lot of things harder.
Yes, they did.
As
But-
I said, go ahead.
Provided, if we do some other jobs well, if we work together well, maybe in the future, my payment may shift away from funds and into information.
Absolutely. But we would need to make sure that it's understood at what levels we will give information out, and none of it will be about existing clients. We will give you. We will let you know when you ask if you're treading onto an existing client.
I don't think I will ever be a client, so I don't think we're going to run into that issue.
No, our clients.
I know. I will never ask for information on someone other than myself.
Oh.
Well,
Understood.
maybe, but that depends.
And
But
we
yes,
can always
thank you.
address that as the situation arises.
Thank you for answering the questions. I have some conversations to have with several people after this one in particular, but I appreciate it. It'll be a pleasure to work with you, I believe.
I hope so. He says, now, let's get back out there before Christus shoots at everyone in a blind rage.
Correct. And Jester will open the door this time carefully, just in case the person is leaning on it.
As you open the door, there is a slight blur and a small gust of like almost a breeze of something very large having moved very quickly.
We're alive. We're done.
The door opens up the rest of the way, and they're standing there, and they nod to you, and they're waiting.
And we'll...
Walk back out.
Yeah.
All right. So as you come out to the arena again, you guys walk out to the back out to the event. I guess you guys have divided up the money, the cash.
Muted. Muted.
You're muted.
I'm sitting on it and we're chatting.
Oh. So you got it. So he says you can keep the case if you want to take it and divide it up somewhere else later. He says anything else you need, let us know if we can help. Like with the moves and the IDs. We will be charging for that because you're not employees, you're technically contractors. So all your expenses are your own. But we do have excellent services in those regards. So if you need help with anything, can't find anything you need, don't forget you have friends now.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Sure.
You're saying we're not employees when it comes to these extra benefits, but however, all of this is still connected to the job we did for you.
Yes.
So, because we were working for you, you will be getting us the IDs.
Chris, I will tell you that out of all my interactions today, aside from Anna's intro, which once again cannot begin to tell you how much of a fan, I will tell you that you have been a delight.
Always.
Literally a delight. And
Excuse me.
yes.
Actually,
listening,
Chris
Collins.
has a point. We did do this job for you and assume liability for you. And I know Basket doesn't always cover this in his terms and conditions, but technically that really falls on you to cover for us, especially since, we got
Basket's
Martin
like-
to do all these things for it.
He's like, you performed beyond the margins of even our best estimates of success. We will be happy to provide identification.
Okay.
And let me tell you that the IDs we will provide you should be able to pass federal scrutiny. Anyone want to be from anywhere in particular?
Make me as anonymous as I want to be as anonymous as possible.
Got it. You'll be an accountant.
I'm an accountant.
It's pretty anonymous.
Hmm.
I mean, you could also always be a retail worker if you really want to do that.
Accountant's fine.
In that case, is there anything else?
I believe our business is concluded.
I would agree.
Enjoy your spoils. We will give you some time to get resettled. We will not be contacting you at any time in the near future. Even if we do have something that may require your attention, we do have other teams. But we will be contacting you for more.
We
Thank-
can't miss you if you don't go away.
He just starts chuckling.
But Chris, if they leave and blow us up, then we're.
If we leave and blow you up, then we would have been waiting to blow you up the entire time and wouldn't have given you real money to blow up with you.
I'll lay under Anna. I'll be fine.
He's like,
I'll
he's
die.
actually leaving with his entourage.
Bye.
Jester has glitter and confetti on him, so if he blows up, he's technically already gotten his
Standing there
wish.
waiting.
Like, I'll die.
Ready to
it's
go.
fine.
Oh my
but
gosh.
he does put the comm system back on, and he goes, "Bowie, can you hear me?"
Yes.
And his voice drops, and he goes, "Don't let me catch you."
You noticed?
Don't let me catch you. And we'll take the comm out, and we'll just toss it over to Anna.
The fuck
she-
did I miss?
As like when Jester throws it towards Anna, Bowie says, "You didn't catch me the first time either."
All right. I think that's a good place to wrap for the night.
It's getting kind of tense.
I just loved all the little dances.
Is it bad that I'm going through my ship tropes right now?
Is it bad that he's actually going to try to murder you next time he sees you?
I mean, he did it the first time, so.
Oh
But that's
my
what
God.
fan fiction is for.
That's what fan fiction is for.
It's not
Jester
supposed
is
to be
choking the
real.
life out of you.
Oh
Tell
no!
me more.
Stop, please! Don't hurt each other.
Wait,
Terrible.
what? We're wearing. Ray's got
Oh.
the shirt on.
Oh my god. The last thing outside of like, "Don't let me catch you," is like right after turning to Chris going, "Documentation will be arriving to you later for me." You're not nosy.
You're not nosy.
Okay.
That's all.
I believe, Chris, that you have now been promoted to next of kin.
Next of kin.
Chris,
Excellente. All right, guys, that was actually really great. Thank you so much. I'm glad I managed to get you paid with you guys without you guys killing anyone.
Barely.
Barely, and it was almost a party member.
Chris almost murdered someone just from being bored.
I know. I was just like, oh God, why do I have to make an orator? No.
It was great. It was great.
I just like the fact that Bowie got so pissed. Like, they did what to me? To me?
They shut me out? God damn it. All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having joined us tonight. At Dinner and a Game, we always try and save you a seat at the table. This table is particularly chaotic, so we love having extra people at it, and we really hope you enjoyed the game. Remember, if you want to support Dinner and a Game in any way, shape, or form, you can just give us a like or a follow on any one of our social medias, or if you really want to help us out and go a step beyond, you can subscribe on Twitch, YouTube. You can send us stars on Facebook, use your bits on Twitch. Any of that helps us out immensely. Every single dime goes back into more production dollars for the shows itself. Also, don't forget, if you want to, you can get our incredible merch, which sometimes it becomes relevant in the show. But in the meantime, also remember, if you want to help us out, you can buy stuff from the cool place like Many Worlds Taverns, where you can get coffees and teas that are ethically sourced. And if you use the link in chat to order them, we will get 10% of your order. And if you use the discount code Dinner and a Game at checkout, you'll get 10% off your order. And right now they're doing any orders $50 or more are free shipping. So please do what you can to support the show, and do what you can to help out a great company like Many Worlds Taverns. Guys, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs? Let's start with Cove, because I feel that last little interaction was wonderful. So we're gonna go with the last two people's. Cove.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hello. I am Silky Cove. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Silky Cove. You can find me here on the Internet Game every Tuesday playing Emerald Sanctums, where I get to play Theodore Murin, who is a pirate captain from the 1700s. He is much friendlier than Jester is, much less murderous, so he has been known to murder if you push him too far. So just don't do that and you'll be fine. Occasionally, once in a blue moon, you can find me on the Internet Game on Wednesdays, playing in a game run by Liz, where I get to play Calyx, and Calyx gets to be my like break character where it's fine. I die a lot, and that's the point.
No thought,
and then
just dying.
No, that's just it. And then you can find me on World Tree Quests on Thursdays playing Fathoms Below, which is the entirely underwater D&D game, where I get to play Echo, who is a monstrous, who is classified as a monstrosity, because they're essentially a Frankenstein kind of creature who speaks in the third person, and is currently playing Ring Around the Rosie around the party, trying not to talk to people. And then every other Friday, you can obviously find me here playing Jester. Next session, an attempted murder maker. And then Saturdays, you can find me on my Twitch channel playing Vampire the Masquerade Endless Nights, where I get to play Amaret Fane, who was the most human vampire you'd ever seen, and now is only kind of regularly human because she lost 2 points of humanity murdering someone. But we just wrapped up an arc, and if you haven't watched before, this next session we're actually reintroducing characters, and we're just having a chill session, so it's a good time to hop on in.
See what happens when you work too much?
Nah.
So much.
We'll go backwards this time because Go wanted us to go backwards last time. So Vixie, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell. You can find me on you can find me everywhere on the internet as Vixie Bell, or you can also find me over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where we play a lot of other TTRPGs too. We just finished Honey Heist, where I played Queen Bee, the muscle bear in our game of Honey Heist, who is also incompetent, so she's kind of a pacifist. Anyway, I also when I'm not playing Bowie here, I'm also over at the Happy Jacks RPG Twitch channel as well, where I play Celine, a courtesan and lady of the night, over in Aldgate Adventures. She's a little roguey, a little feisty, and very, very willing to use all of her assets to, win. That's everything we've got currently going on right now. So.
Gotcha. And next we have Hythrall.
I'm pretty boring. You can find me across all social medias as Hythrall. The one thing I don't have is Twitter. This is the one current live game that I'm in. Everything else I do is fight train related stuff. So if you want to see content on somebody playing around with LED sabers or waster swords or whatever nonsense I'm up to, find me on TikTok. And the little gentleman that you saw, that's my dumpster baby Darcy.
Yay, dumpster baby Darcy. And if you guys ever check out Hythrall stuff, they have some fucking badass saber videos, and their training videos are pretty cool too. So don't doubt
it's
those.
Fun.
But the saber flow videos are badass. The new rendition of the reverse chair pose, ahem.
It's fun. I can teach you how to do it.
If you do, I'll do a video and I'll do the same pose, wearing the same heels.
Amazing.
I'm gonna find size 10s in those.
So we now know what's happening at Gen Con.
And finally, we have Bishi Bunny. Bishi, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter, Bishy Bunny, one word. You can also find me on my Twitch channel. I've recently started a pretty large cyberpunk campaign of my own, Cyberpunk Red, called a Pound of Flesh and Steel. We have two different groups. We have the Geek Squad and the Monster Squad. Recently, the Geek Squad had a bit of an incident where one of our rocker boy lost something very dear to him. So I check those out because there's a lot of fun things going on over there. And every Sunday with the Breakfast Crew, I play Stardew Valley, usually with Goth Gamer Goblin. That would be Big Mama Shortstack, Big Daddy Biscuit, and Dr. Sausage McCam Slam. And I'm Bon Cinnabon. Just catch me on Twitch, watch and see.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And if you want to find these creators' information, you can find it currently in our chat right now. You can also find Dinner and Games information in our chat for all the social medias and for all those other things we were talking about with our merch store and everything like that. Remember, though, we would do this no matter what. We do this because it's fun, it's our hobby, and we love it. But when we see someone else actually take the time to go through our link and find one of our sites and then give us a like or a follow on that, that is a serotonin boost we can't even begin to describe. So thank you for everyone who does it. We encourage you all to do it for anyone you know who creates content. It is an incredibly big boost, and I would recommend it for everyone, especially if you can't afford therapy. It's great. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go raid out into another stream from Twitch. On our other social media platforms, we're going to bid you a very good night and hope you have a great weekend. Remember, at Dinner and Game, we always try and save you a seat at the table. So please do what you can to protect yourselves. Wear a mask when you can. Social distance where you can. Almost all of us went to Gen Con. Almost all of us got COVID. It's a thing now. It's going to be around forever. Please do what you can to protect yourself because you need to have all the spell slots available you can have so you can be there to check out our streams and our shows and other people's streams and shows. So do what you can to take care of yourself. We will be here at Gen Con this year. I still only have tentative approval on all the shows, the games are supposed to be running, but we're going to be running 3 different games at Gen Con that are going to be basically audience participation type games. And so if you guys see us there, please come say hi. We would love to meet you all. And, you know, we're all going to get COVID anyway, so we might as well do it in a big group hug. All right. So thank you all very much. Have a great night. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, and raid out on Twitch and in the other channels. We love you and have a great weekend.
Goodbye.
Bye.
When I sit across the table from you, once a week, a month, or like every 6 months, depending on people's schedules. So the clickety-clack of dice in our crew keep me warm inside before we smack down an evil cold just to gain a level. And we roll. We rolled a critical hit to the heart. People grow up, forget how to play, but not us, no. We laugh due to a dad joke or innuendo. Probably it's how every adventure that we create is our own cinematic universe, and it ties us together, and we will never forget.